Recently, MP Shashi Tharoor has raised the issue of workplace inhumanity in Parliament, following the death of an EY employee in September 2024. According to a shocking report by The Hindu, many Indian women in fields like auditing, IT, and media are working over 55 hours a week. And let's not forget the marginalized groups in the unorganized sector, whose working hours are even more unpredictable. Furthermore, a study from the ADP Research Institute revealed that nearly 49% of Indian workers are feeling the burn of workplace stress, seriously impacting their mental health. So with all these in mind, we have to ask, is it the time for India to adopt right to disconnect laws? At first, we must know what actually is the right to disconnect. This right ensures that employees can maintain a healthy work-life balance, especially when working from home or using work tools outside of traditional working hours. Let's rewind to 2001 when the French Supreme Court made a significant ruling. They declared that employees are not obligated to work from home or take files and working tools outside of their designated working hours. Moving to Portugal, it is now illegal for employers to contact employees outside of working hours, except in emergencies. Next, let's look at Spain. According to Article 88 of the Organic Law 3/2018, which focuses on the protection of personal data and guarantee of digital rights, public workers and employees have the right to switch off their devices. While in Australia, the Parliament took steps forward by passing the Fair Work legislation amendment in 2018, reinforcing the right to disconnect. So where does India stand? Actually, India does not have specific laws recognizing the right to disconnect from work, but the Constitution, directive principles of state policy, and judicial pronouncements emphasize the right to work in a healthy environment. Article 38 of the Indian Constitution mandates the state to promote welfare, while Article 39E directs the state to secure worker strength and health. The Supreme Court has ruled that sexual harassment at the workplace violates fundamental rights, recognized the right to dignity, and issued guidelines for women and gender equality. In Ravindra Kumar Dhariwal versus Union of India, the court read Article 14 to include inclusive equality ideas. Even the former Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, emphasized the importance of considering an employee's individual differences and capabilities. Also in Praveen Pradhan versus State of Uttaranchal, the High Court of Uttarakhand held that superior officers cannot be allowed to humiliate subordinate staff members under administrative control and discipline. Despite these laws, and accountability for breaching working hours, violating dignity, is common in Indian workplaces. In 2018, MP Supriya Sule introduced a private member bill in the Lok Sabha, which provided for the right to disconnect from work after working hours. The bill included the provision of a penalty of 1% of the total remuneration of all employees to be paid by companies for non-compliance with its provisions. However, in recent years, there has been no significant legislative effort to recognize employees' right to disconnect from work outside working hours, or to impose a duty on employers to be mindful of employees' well-being and avoid overworking them. Therefore, employers need to take into account psychological factors while dealing with employees. In its march towards becoming the third largest economy by 2030, India must recognize that the right to disconnect will increase productivity and ensure the growth and well-being of both employees and employers.